Hello everybody, my name is Roy Johnson and welcome to today's video. For this video I decided to do something different. The guys at DreamerLink decided to contact me, asking me to check out their website and say some stuff about it. So yeah, they asked me to do a review of their site and to check it out and stuff, and that's what I decided to do today. So yeah, so just to begin, this is just a beta version of the site. This is not the full site. Just to let you know, it's not the complete version of the site. So, yeah, just to let you know, with the following critiques, I'm well aware that this is just the beta version. And I know that as time goes on, the site will get better and better and stuff. But these are, the initial critiques from what I've experienced from an early version of the site so far. So, yeah, let's get started, okay? So, as you see, I've just checked out the site, and aesthetically, I have to say, big props. Just looking at the website, the design of the website, the background, the logo, stuff like that. You know, there's nice, sort of smooth, bluish colors. Looks like a nice sky area. It's very visually pleasing, and it looks very professional. I have to say, I give great props, because already the site looks really presentable and really nice. So yeah, great props on whoever did the design of all this. Pretty cool. Now let's get into what is the site exactly? What is DreamerLink? As the website explains, this is a social network for basically people who like to roleplay. Not just paper RPGs or video game role-playing. No, they're pretty much all kinds of role-playing for a bunch of games. They have a long list of potential stuff. Paper RPGs, live-action role-play, sort of talking role-play. I will admit, personally, I'm not 100% familiar or really a big fan of role-playing, but I have done some role-playing sessions before. And it is definitely appealing. I can see the appeal. It's very fun to use your imagination to pretend you're like a warrior in this fantasy setting and such. And first off, the concept for the site is pretty cool. This is something that has a lot of potential, and I think it's a good idea. The best things start out with a really cool idea that I don't see many sites do. No, social media for role players. It's a niche market, but it's for those interested, this is definitely something you should check out. That said, I did have some issues with the site. First off, as you're going to see right now, this is me setting up the basic information. This is me making my own account, and I definitely ran into some difficulties here. So I think the main difficulty was the picture, this add picture thing. I could not upload my avatar, and so here's why it became confusing. Because I was like, wait, what's the problem? Why was I not connecting? So, as you see, I'm here trying to put, my logo as the avatar, not thinking much about it, just, every site has an avatar thing, etc., etc. But with this site, apparently, after checking into it, avatars are really a big part of the website. I'm not really sure if you can change it or not. And this is something I didn't have any clue about. I checked the About page, and they say, avatars are really important. They're supposed to represent your character in whatever role-playing thing you want to do. Now this got me through a bunch of different questions in my head. Wait, what if you're role-playing as multiple things, or you want to use one account for multiple role-playing things? And this is setting up a character account for yourself, but also you want it to be for your character. So the avatar thing is kind of not explained very well. And it's for someone who's not used to role-playing and all that stuff, and just trying to explore the site, it's a very confusing process, and they don't explain much about it. I've checked the About page, but there still isn't that. It's still not really that user-friendly, or rather just like it doesn't really explain to you like the basics of the website. I really appreciate tutorial, or like, well, not tutorial, but like just like maybe an FAQ or something to further explain like the process, especially maybe because like I know I created an account, but still like, you know, for like, oh, here's how you navigate the site. And of course, you know, you can get the option for those who don't give a shit to check it out for themselves, but I feel like that kind of option would be appreciated. Some kind of way for people to understand how the navigating the site, because I think navigating was a big issue for me when it came to like searching the site and seeing what the hell you can do right now. Now, again, as I said, I know it's a beta version, so not all of I know you don't have a lot of the features yet and stuff, but I do find it an issue because you have a bunch of stuff on the very top of the screen, and they list all the things you could be searching. The issue I found was when I clicked on them, you don't actually go to the page you clicked on. Instead, you go on the same page, but on top it's like if I go down to games and stuff, and I click like Grand Theft Auto, it says Grand Theft Auto, but I'm still on the same page I was before I clicked on it. Also with my profile, like I pressed my profile, I didn't go to my profile. It's confusing, like it's very convoluted. I know like this stuff to be fixed and stuff. Also, there were definitely functions of the game that weren't available. Not functions of the game, functions of the website that weren't available. Quick search wasn't available, and all this stuff. And clans, those sound interesting, but they weren't available yet. I know it's a beta and it's not gonna feature everything yet, but still, it's like from a site perspective, it looks like they're already part of the website. There's nothing about the quick search that indicates that you can't use it until you actually click on it and it says you can't use it. Why do you have the thing on the page on the website if it's not available yet? That's kind of confusing. So yeah. That said, and you know, many people are on it yet. This is kind of a site that requires like a bunch of people being on it and stuff to be like, you know, really interactive in order to make this really count. And I know it's like the early phases of the site, so of course not many people are going to be on it yet. So that's also a thing. Also, I just it felt like I didn't understand how you were supposed to interact with the users. I didn't, like when you're making your profile, there's like stuff about that, but when I searched up, you have a forum, and I know that, and that's definitely something that people could use, but how on the site are you supposed to interact with other users? And it seemed very odd, because it felt like, you know, you're doing this account for your character rather than yourself. But what if you're doing multiple things? What if you're a live-action role player and a guy who does video game role plays or something like that? Are you supposed to make two different accounts for your character? Like, these are stuff that aren't very well explained, and I feel like, you know, a more organized approach to this would be very much appreciated. Also, there's like a news thing, and just a minor nitpick, but I didn't know who wrote the articles in this paper on the list of various articles that are on the front page of the site. I just, you know, interesting to see who wrote it. Is it some staff members, a user? And maybe it'd be a cool idea to get some people on the site to try to write some content. That's just a suggestion. I don't know if this is a good idea or, yeah. I just, you know, like maybe a link saying, oh, this is by blank person or something like that. You know, just to let people know who wrote the articles. Again, it's just a suggestion, nothing major. Maybe try to get like, because I see people writing journals about their accounts, but maybe try a featured journal section where people maybe can nominate their journals to be featured on the front page, or people, or like maybe mods or something could be set up to like say, hey, this is a good journal, why don't we have it featured on the site? You know, featured journals. Because, like, I see journals are a feature of the game, and it could be cool if, that could be a way for people to be interested in, you know, doing more of these, journals, and just, show a bit of user influence on the site. So yeah, okay, so going back, so just a basic wrap-up of everything that was explained. There's some issues when it comes to opening the tabs. I think maybe a more user-friendly tutorial or introduction to navigate people and show how to use the site would be appreciated. Also, maybe, I don't know, maybe don't feature stuff that aren't part of the thing yet, because it's kind of teasing us, but not in the right way. It's like, oh, why can't we have this already? Why isn't this just part of the website to begin with? And just, how do we interact? How do we interact with other users? Also, maybe try to add some, like, user-made content to make it more user-influenced, rather than just, like, the front page just being a bunch of news articles. These are just suggestions. But overall, that was just my critiques and, the negative stuff, if you want to say it like that. But, positively, great design of the website, honestly. This is a great design, no issues there. And, and this is a great concept. The design of the website's really good. The concept it's a really good concept for a website, and it's a great idea. I think this, overall, this has a lot of potential to be a really cool thing for those who are interested in roleplay of any kind. I like the variety of this website. This isn't just video games or roleplay storytelling or live action RPG focused or such. No, this is for anyone who's interested in role-playing and trying out stuff, and I think that's a really cool thing. Just take these suggestions and, I don't know, we'll see what happens from there. This, overall, I think this is it's a beta. It's starting off, so, it's gonna have a rough start, but I definitely see this becoming something bigger. I definitely do see that. Pretty awesome. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for DreamerLink. I hope you you appreciate this review. This is a cool opportunity, honestly. I'm glad you checked out my channel and thought, hey, maybe this guy could check out our website. I appreciate the opportunity and such. So yeah. I hope you enjoy. This is Roy Johnson, finishing his review and such. Adios, muchachos.